What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all. You get notified as soon as we drop any new content on this channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, breaking news. As of a few days back, we learned that Anthony Joshua has now left Sky Sports. In terms of his broadcast partner that he's going to work with, and he's now going to work with Dazn, who Eddie Hearn is obviously the main sort of man over there, and Golden Boy also. They've got the deal with Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, where they show those guys fights, and they show Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Promotions shows all the time. So yes, Anthony Joshua has left the Sky Sports platform. It's interesting news because I kind of thought Anthony Joshua, being the type of guy he is, he's always sort of loyal, and you know, even when he was talking about trainers, he was talking loyalty and etc. etc. But at the end of the day, I do see the point of this, and the main reason, obviously, for his move will be money, because from what I've heard in reports, it's been that, you know, this deal is worth hundreds of millions. I think it's something like, I've heard that it's something like 100 million per year or something crazy like that, and he's meant to do multiple fights over about, I think it's like between a 3 and 5 year period, and he's gonna have multiple fights, and it's about 100 million per year or whatever it's gonna be. So I think, listen, if it makes sense for him financially, if he's not going to get more money elsewhere, then fair enough. I'd say, you know, go for it. Many will say, well, he's got enough money. What does he need this for? But at the end of the day, I suppose the same way when you're broke, you know, it's always about getting money. If you're middle class, you always want more money. You know, everybody, no matter what your station is in life, you always want more money. You know, if someone offers you a job paying double what you're getting, you might not need it, but you're going to take it. And I think that's the case here, where, you know, at the end of the day, this is prize fighting. You can lose your life in that ring, and this is professional boxing. So it's about business. It's about money. It's about that bottom line. And Anthony Joshua, he's a pay-per-view star. He brings eyes to the sport. He brings eyes to his fights. Lots of fans, lots of people are interested in him. So if he's got that high marquee value where he's worth hundreds of millions, well, you got to take it at the end of the day. One thing I will say that others have noted as well is that Sky Sports is definitely the bigger platform. It's a bigger platform with a bigger audience than Dazn. More people will be able to, you know, sort of have access to Sky Sports. You know, people who just have Sky Television, maybe watch the football or other things on Sky. You know, it's just a red button press and then you're on. You can watch Anthony Joshua. So I don't know, it might have an effect on numbers or whatever, but I think it will boost the Zone subscriptions and stuff. And yeah, it's for me, it seems like, at least financially speaking, a good deal for him. An impeccable deal if what they're saying is true. Hundreds of millions of dollars he's going to be getting. The one other thing I will say about it is I kind of wonder whether these hundreds of millions are contingent upon him beating Alexander Usyk, because that's another thing that I wonder what will happen if Anthony Joshua, will this deal still remain the same with the same hundreds of millions of dollars if he fights Usyk this summer in August, I believe it's going to be. If he fights him in August and then he loses, and he loses in decisive fashion, let's say Usyk knocks him out or Usyk stops Anthony Joshua, it does make me wonder, will those hundreds of millions of dollars still be available? Is there some sort of plan in place for, if he loses to Usyk, he's going to get reduced, or, you know, I don't know. But I think that's another interesting aspect here, because Usyk soundly beat Anthony Joshua last time out. So I don't know, they must be sort of hoping and praying that Anthony Joshua wins, because I think if Anthony Joshua loses that rematch, then I believe that at least slightly, if not significantly, his popularity is going to reduce, and it's going to go down a bit. And I've been noticing it, like as a boxing fan, I've been noticing it that whenever I speak to like family or friends or whatever, colleagues, about boxing, a lot of people who were quite high on Anthony Joshua and who kind of rated him when he was knocking everybody out and all this, ever since he had his first loss against Andy Ruiz, those same people have now turned around and said, Anthony Joshua's rubbish, he's this, he's that. Yeah, he was never really that good. And a lot of people have sort of turned on him. People who were formerly fans or sort of casual fans or whatever, a lot of those guys have turned on Anthony Joshua. And for me, I'd say his fanfare, he's still a big fan favorite. He's still a huge name and a huge draw. But I've noticed that it has kind of diminished a bit since he lost that fight specifically to Ruiz. A lot of people have sort of gone off of him and are quick to say that, Tyson Fury's the greatest and Anthony Joshua, they've really, really sort of talked down on Anthony Joshua nowadays. So I do wonder what happens if the Usyk rematch goes wrong. Will these guys still be willing to throw as much money at Anthony Joshua as they're talking about now? But yeah, overall, sounds like an excellent deal. I for one say, yeah, go for it, take it, and do your thing, man. Live your life, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in that rematch. And yeah, let me know what you think about this deal with Dazn. Hundreds of millions apparently it's worth. And also, what do you think happens in the Joshua versus Usyk rematch? Is there any way that Anthony Joshua can win? And until next time, this is MKO Pugilism, over and out.